So this is an example of a spreadsheet that we could use to learn how to create basic formulas on. Now, as you can see on the top here, we have item, cost price, sale price and profit, followed by stock sold, how much we've got remaining, and we've got total profit. And what we've done is we've just put in numbers here, and the rest of these are blank, because essentially what we're doing is we're going to be using formulas to work out the profit and how many we have remaining. Now, everything in Excel is basically in these little cells. So as you can see, as I'm clicking on here, every cell has a reference, and the reference is always found in the top here. So you can see this reference for this cell is B4. If I click down here to another cell, this is D11, and quite handily it always highlights what row and what column you're on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tell Excel that it's going to receive a formula, and the way we do that is we start off by using an equal sign. Now what we want to do is we want to work out the profit. Now to work out the profit, you would typically take the sale price away from your cost price. Now we could, if we wanted to, put 0.75 minus 0.35 and that would work. But then we'd have to type the same type of thing in then for the next cell and the next cell and the next cell. But instead we're going to use a formula. So what I'm going to do is click here in C2, and you'll see immediately that reference there comes up. I haven't actually typed that in. Now what I am going to do is use the keyboard, and I'm going to click on the minus sign, and then I'm going to select B2 just by clicking on it. Now straight away you can see that the C2 now is coloured in blue and the B2 is coloured in red, and just because this is the last cell I've highlighted, there's a border around it. If I press enter on the keyboard, this then saves the formula for me. And now if I click on the cell again and then go into the bottom right hand corner where that green square is, you'll notice my mouse will change. So it'll go from a big white positive to a smaller black positive symbol. If I click, hold down with my mouse and then drag down, what this will do is it'll copy the formula into the other cells. This is what we call relative referencing. So it's basically copying this formula down, and every time it'll then change these numbers for me. So if we just check this out, at the moment the formula we put in was C2 minus B2. The next one down is going to be C3 minus B3, and you can see that's reflected there. And then this one's going to be C4. That's going to be C5 minus B5, C6 and so forth. Now to work out the stock remaining, it's the same type of formula. So I'm going to start off with an equal sign, and then I'm going to click in E2, and I'm going to minus, and then I'm going to click in F2. And again, all I have to do is press enter. This saves it for me. I click in the cell again, go into the bottom right hand corner, click, hold down and just drag, and then this will copy the cells and the formula in down. Now to work out the total profit, we're going to use a slightly different formula. We know how much profit one item makes, and we know how many we've sold, which is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these together. Now again, because I'm doing a spreadsheet formula, I'll start off with an equal sign, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in the profit there, and then I'm going to use the multiplication symbol. Now the multiplication symbol isn't an X for a spreadsheet, it's actually the asterisk, or the star as some people call it. It's shift and 8, or on the number key it's above the number 9. Once you've selected that, you can then click on the stock sold, and then you can press enter. Now our formula is basically saying multiply the profit by the stock sold, and when I press the enter, it then returns a value for me. If I copy this down, you can see now this has essentially copied the formula down for me. So I know that 45 times 0.4 actually gives me £18 profit. So that's a really quick introduction to some of the basic formulas that we can use in Excel.